Like BLB is like elementary school. This is like college, you know?
Hold up. Wait a minute. It's rewind time.
Like BLB is like elementary school. This is like college, you know?
Talk is cheap. We're all about results here at Broker Solutions Academy. And I know some of you might be on the sidelines. Of course, we just recently launched our course in August. And some of you just probably like, hey, let me see how this goes before I make that commitment. So what I decided to do is I have actually a client review. And I want you to know, of course, clearly, we just recently started. Some of these initial clients that we're taking into the process and introducing them into the business lending industry is something that these initial ones, I'm taking them very personal, you know, because these are my babies in essence. I've been working on this course since the beginning of this year, and as I'm taking these clients through the course, of course we have our ideas and our passion and what we think about the course, but the person that's actually going to evaluate this and be able to see if what we've built is something that is effective is our students. So the joy that comes to me when I hear what you're about to listen to from our students, it just lets me know that we're in, you know, we're doing something right. We're in the right direction. Whatever the hell we're doing, what we've been working on is right. You know, so I got this, you know, review here from a client. You're going to see a meeting that we had, which was our 2-week check-in. Each one of our students, once they start the course, after 2 weeks, I asked them to go ahead and schedule a time. So we can go ahead and just check in, make sure that, you know, everything is good, if there's anything that we can do to assist them. So this is what we call our 2-week check-in. And you're going to hear us go through, answer any questions that they might have. But most importantly, this is a former student of BLB, Business Lending Bullshit. Actually, excuse me, Business Lending Blueprint. So it's really important, especially with my passion about eliminating what BLB is doing and how I believe that they're going to ruin the industry, what they're doing and their business model, and Mr. Oz's selfish reasons as to how he got into the industry. So it's enlightening to get us to steal, and which was one of my you know, objectives, to take his students that have learned his BS and actually educate them to be a real business loan broker, not just a glorified referral agent. I am going to shut up. We're going to get this video started. Like, dislike, I don't care what the hell you do. Let's just go ahead and get this video to a lot more people out there that are interested in the loan industry and actually want to learn how to be a business loan broker, not just a referral agent. Let's get started. Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Michael, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
I'm on. Hey, yeah, it's 5 a.m. in the morning here.
You still in the Philippines?
In the Philippines. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How long you planning to be out there?
I actually want to move here for next month to 12.
Okay. Because you said you went over there to kind of meet your people and meet your team and everything, right?
Yeah.
And are these gonna be? Because you know all my guys are from the Philippines as well, so I'm with you. I plan to go out there actually next year. I'm not gonna be out there for 6 months, but I want to visit them, kind of see them face to face. I got people that I've been working with for like 3+ years that I've never even met.
That's awesome. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. That's cool, man. Hey, question for you.
What's up?
So you know, I have 3 different managers, right? So just, you know, for my other business as well. And I wanted them to jump on the phone.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, get them on.
So we were using the Zoom link, I think it was. I don't know if you...
You want to jump on Zoom? We can do Zoom. I don't mind doing Zoom. Do you want to send me a link or what?
Yeah, because... Well, let me just give you a quick background just so you're not like, oh, you know, whatever. I'll give you background. So we're pretty much through the whole course. I'm on module 2. I finished module 2. And they've been going through the course for about 2 weeks now.
Okay.
And we've got a breakdown of pretty much all the steps.
Okay.
In like a power like an Excel sheet. And so we're pretty organized.
That's dope.
Pretty cool. I guess what we need next is whatever we need to do next. I think it's a CRM.
Yeah.
And other stuff.
Absolutely.
And,
now, these are going to be your guys that are going to be actually running this thing for you, right? Or do you know what roles are they going to be playing?
They're going to be running it, yeah. They're going to be like running like facilitating pretty much everything.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to set the?
Yeah, let's go jump on Zoom. Yeah.
You want me to do the Zoom, or you?
On Zoom real quick.
You want to do your Zoom, or do you want me to do my Zoom?
We were just on your Zoom. We got your information here.
Oh, okay. Oh, we had this scheduled. I got you. Yeah, I had this scheduled on Zoom. Oh, my bad. Let me. I don't know why I'm calling you then. All right, let me jump on that Zoom then. So we have
What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Brian, the celeb.
The celeb.
We saw your whole course, man.
I wish. Who is? Is it possible we can get on? I can't put a face to it, man. Can we get on Zoom, or you guys don't want to do the faces?
It's kind of dark here, but
okay.
I just woke up. My girl's kind of like.
No problem.
It's cool.
No problem. I was gonna say you're gonna summon me into a Zoom and not show your face, but it's cool. I'll deal with it.
It's true.
So yeah. You've gone through the course. Now this makes sense, because remember when I told you I was watching your process, and I was like, it looks like you're already completed. You need to call me after 2 weeks. But I guess you mentioned your team was looking at everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did a 2-week training, basically stopped our cold calling, and the whole team went through it, and yeah. Okay. We broke down the process. And
what are some thoughts? What are some thoughts you have about the process, the training? Any questions, or just what do you think about it? And the reason I'm curious, Mike, is of course, as I told you, I just recently launched this course. So you guys are, I got like 8 students in there, and you guys are like my babies. So anything that you say to me, your success is very important. So I'm trying to make sure that I really truly deliver. So I mean, what do you think about the course, the layout? How the curriculum was presented. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's definitely a lot of, and if you guys want to, I want you guys also to share as well. But I think it's a lot of information, and there's no way you could teach it another way, because it's just so much information. But yeah, it's a lot of information, and I think just reminding people that there's a breakdown coming of how to do things, and I think you do say that with the different documentation and stuff like that. Okay. But I think like a normal person will just, you gotta really want it to get through all of the info. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really do, because you gotta really want this.
It is. It is. It's very fully in depth, and the one trick that's just a bit confusing, and it makes it a little bit complicated, is of course how the UBL program is executed, given the lack of relationship with the lenders. Because that one you got to be pretty creative, and you got to be pretty quick on your feet to got to make sure that you do that correctly. But yeah, it is a lot of information, and I agree with you. It's absolutely right that you have to really want it in order to really make some money out of it. Any recommendations? I know you said that give them what did you say, to let them know what to expect next. Other than that, any other recommendations?
I would just say, like, just being more. Talking more about the breakdown, maybe like having a matrix for everything, and I think you do have that, to be honest. That's why I said, like, I don't know if you could have taught it in a better way than what it was. Because there's just so much information. You can have diagrams and stuff, and I think you already do. So I think because there's so much information, somehow they just got to get it packed down into something small, maybe focusing on that.
And I try to, and as I said, I'm trying to compress over a decade of knowledge into like a month. So it is a lot. And of course, it's a lot for me, and I've been in this world for over a decade, but I try to use the dissective method. Even when I start with the 3 parts of lending, and then I go deep into the credit base, and then I go deep and talk about the credit cards, and then, so I thought that way would really kind of give them kind of a path, and you guys went through this shit fast, Normally, you're not supposed to go through it as fast as you guys did, but as long as it made sense, then cool. But I will tell you that in the real world, once you master the 3 parts of lending, and once you have all the systems in place, it flows really fast, because it's just a bunch of templates. You know, it really is. It's just the UBO program is just a bunch of templates, and it's very tidy work where you know, make sure that, you know, the addresses are right, the social security number is right. You know, doing the evals, you know, goddamn, you know, doing the evals, because the evals are everything. They're gonna dictate how much you tell them, what they're gonna expect on the funding. They're gonna dictate your projections, you know. So it's the information. You have to be accurate. You have to understand what you know, how to really assess the information. But yeah, I think you're right. It is a lot of information, but I will let you know that really executing it, after 2 or 3 months of you guys doing it, you're gonna do it with your eyes closed. I personally don't even use the formula to determine what they qualify for. I can look at a credit report, especially that eval, and I can tell you within 2 to 3 minutes how much I can get somebody. It's really,
right.
You know, it's really simple. It's like learning how to drive a car. You know, your first time is like, oh shit, you know, and then you can, you know, you drive drunk now. You know what I'm saying? So it's very similar, and then of course much emphasis on the UBO program to master it. Everything else, if you understand the matrix and you can understand what the lender's criteria are looking for, it's bouncing documents back and forth. That's all it is.
Yeah, right.
You know, with the lenders, and I'll hook you up with the lenders, and it's just establishing relationships and bouncing documents back and forth. I would also, you know, depending on how you're going to execute this, it could be, there's a special skill you must have to be a UBO processor, which is you have to be very good with numbers. You have to be very detail oriented when you're doing these goddamn evals and doing the formulas and everything like that. And there's a certain skill that you have to be real estate and all this. This is just relationship based, you know. That's it. It's just relationship. You have to understand the lender's criteria, but it's just relationships. As long as you know what the lenders are looking for, minimum credit score is this, max LTV here, or you know, whatever it is just gathering the documents and sending them over. But if you can see with UBL, you got to turn on hide my ass. You got to do this. You got to log into a processing email. You got to.
Well, we're used to that. You know, we're used to like just doing different things. I guess you could say. Things like that, VPNs and all that stuff, being creative. So yeah.
Well, cool. Well,
so how does that, like, speaking on that real quick, like, how does that? I know you said because like sometimes different IP addresses go up, and you'll go to like airports and stuff like that. That hasn't stopped you, right? Like that hasn't like. Do you have to like go to a different Starbucks or something?
No.
You can't work at home.
No, let me make that.
But, like, how does that work?
Let me make that clear. Number one, when I'm at the house, when I'm submitting, I always submit with the IP address, the VPN.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a Brian definition, but hopefully it makes sense to you. There is such a thing as what I call a clean VPN. A clean VPN is when you go to like an airport, everybody uses that. It's not strange for somebody to be submitting an application at an airport. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, if you got a guy that lives in Philly and you know that application is submitted and it's from like DFW or some airport, it's very normal for somebody to be traveling and submit an application at an airport. But if somebody's in Philadelphia and I'm right now in Dallas, you know, what are the chances that he's submitting an application at this apartment complex in Dallas? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why you use the VPN. Now, personally, you know, of course, lenders are not dumb. They have very robust computer systems that monitor all this stuff. They're not going to deny an application because it's a VPN. Because a lot of people use VPNs these days, you know, especially with the security and increase in identity theft and all that. Majority of people use VPNs. But there's two things that we're fighting here. We want a smooth application process with an automatic approval, but we also don't, and the VPN kind of restricts that a little bit because you're using a VPN, the lender might say, you know what, let's ask for additional verification before we approve this one. That's why I say that when you're traveling and if you have a quote-unquote a clean VPN, don't use the hide my ass. If you're at an airport or if you're at a hotel, you know, these are VPNs, these are networks that a lot of people use. It's not odd for somebody to be submitting application at these type of, you know, places. Majority of people use these places. So if I'm at a Starbucks or something like that and I'm working, I'm not going to use, you know, the hide my ass if I haven't submitted that many applications over there. And also it pertains to the lender. You know, if you see what I'm saying? You know, so I define it as if I got, and then also I'll give you this as well. If like I'm moving to a new place, like when I moved to Dallas and I would have a client that, you know, I see that they're in Dallas, I'm going to submit it with just my IP because the guy's in Dallas, I'm in Dallas. This is not going to be weird at all. You see what I'm saying? And I'm trying to eliminate that security thing with the lenders because I want an automatic approval, you know, but I have noticed, so I'll answer it like this. I have noticed with really good, excellent clients that I know I'm supposed to get an automatic approval and I use a VPN, sometimes it just goes to pending. We send an ID, then approval is made. Where if I know I have a clean VPN and I'm right within their state or I submitted at an airport or something like that, it's automatic approval. Mm-hmm. Am I making sense?
Mm. Yeah, for sure.
You know, so I explained that to let you know that no, it's not like I got to get the hell out of my house to go to Starbucks to submit an application. Absolutely not. You turn on the VPN and you just submit it. But you will notice that there's a trend that a lot more of these applications, when you submit a VPN, they're going to be pending applications. There's this rush. It's almost like, you know, like your first hit of cocaine. When you hit that submit button, you've seen me submit the applications. So when you hit that submit,
yeah,
you want an automatic approval. You want to see 15,000. You want to see 20,000. You know, that's what you want. You know, so there's that rush that, you know, so there's automatic denial, which you don't want to see. There's pending, which is okay. You know, if it's pending, because you look at it like this. They have all the information to make a decision. We live in 2023. This is a stated income product. Why pending for what? You know, if they wanted to deny it, they would have been denied it. You understand what I'm saying? So a pending isn't an approval. It just requires verification. That's all a pending is in the UBL program. A denial is a denial. We got to figure out what happened. Is it because of inquiries? Is it because something we missed on the, you know, evaluation? Is it because do we have a fraud alert? You know, a fraud alert and security freezes will cause a pending. You know, did I really do it? You know, did I really do it right? Do they have a charge off with this lender? But if you really follow the instructions given, you're gonna get pendings and approvals. You know, very few denials. You know, maybe denials towards the end, but it's gonna be pending and approvals.
That makes sense. So so like, I do like the process where you get them on the phone and you get them to agree, and basically, you know, you have recording of them agreeing to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had somebody that didn't pay? You probably have, right?
One or two. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so absolutely. I've never had anybody that never. Okay, let me answer that. Have I had anybody that I had challenges collecting from? Yes. Have I had anybody that never paid? No. I'm the most annoying person there is. Okay. I think if I didn't show you guys, then I will. It'll probably be a bonus training. So I have a process that I have for that. Number one, you know, as you can see, the process is just very transparent, that you can never say that I tried to scam you or you didn't know, whatever it is, because I've been through all of this stuff before. I didn't know or whatever. If you look at, initially we send them the UBL agreement. If you saw the UBL agreement, it's a simple 2-page agreement. Emphasis on 10%. It's on the first page, and there's a few different lines where you see it on there. I shortened the agreement up, and as you can see on the UBL agreement, there's intentional. In all of my agreements you'll see, there's nothing in there about corporations, EIN, business shit, or whatever it is. You don't need that stuff on there. This literally is a document just literally for you to agree to my fee. That's all this is, you know. And I always tell people that these pieces of paper, they don't really mean anything until you bring them to a judge with a rope. It doesn't really mean anything. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so there's an additional layer that I do, which is that compliance call, where I get on the phone, you know, and there's this thing, it's a psychological thing. Whenever people, you know, you just, you know, I call you, I'll get you on the phone, and I explain to you, hey, Mike, this is what we're gonna do. And this is not just for me, it's also for them. Because I don't want you to feel like you're gonna, okay, Mike, I've looked at your credit report and I'm gonna guarantee you a minimum of 25 to 50 grand, okay? Now, if I don't get you that minimum that I told you, 25, you're not going to pay me anymore. And I'm going to refund all your money, you know? And again, it gets them to feel a little bit more safe. Now, if I get you that 25, anything moving forward, you're going to owe me 10%. Do you understand? You know, yes, I do. And then, you know, the same thing that lenders do. Why do you think the lenders do it whenever you call them? Can you please verify your social? Can you please? There's that psychological thing that we all so used to, you know. So it's the same similar thing that I'm doing when I get them to do that compliance call. It's very simple. Last four of your social.
That's fucking interesting.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
I got the merchant cash. And just to give my team like some context there, whenever you do the merchant cash advance or any of those lendings, I want to say, right? Because I've gotten 4 of them so far. And just to give my guys context, whenever they do, it's the ending interview, they get you on the phone and they get you to agree to a bunch of things. Like, you know, just like basic things. Is this your business? Do you agree if you don't pay this back that we could come for your personal stuff like that? And they literally get you to agree verbally in audio on a recorded line at the end. It's called like the outro. I don't know.
It's called
or something like that.
It's called a compliance call. It is done with pretty much. It's done with personal loan, and unsecured business line. I don't do it for anything else because it's you don't need it for real estate. You don't need it for all that stuff. But yeah, it's called a compliance call, and it's literally just to make sure that we're in agreement. You know, I've had plenty of times, and what sparked this question is people paying me. I've had plenty of times that I get somebody 50 grand and I send them an invoice for $5,000. Oh, I didn't know it was going to be this much. Come on, man. You know, so I don't even, because I understand that everybody's not going to read agreements. We all don't read agreements. But okay, cool. Let me send you this recording of you agreeing to it. Yeah, okay. No worries, Mike. I know you don't remember. I get it. So let me send you this recording, you know. And as you can see, so there's an agreement that you sign. There's a recorded call that we have. Then there's an email that goes out that says, you know, what you agreed on the call. You know, and by the way, all of these templates are going to be built into your system. So now we start. After that, I sent them the recap report, and they have to approve that recap report in writing. Why? You don't know how many times that I've submitted applications, then the credit cards get sent to the wrong address because somebody put the wrong address on the damn. All this stuff has happened. So I want you to take each one of these processes very seriously. And I say that I cannot start submitting until you write me in writing that you've looked at the recap report and everything is accurate. And that's the point that I'm ready to go ahead and start submitting the applications. But going back to your question,
that's true.
But going back to your question, what is it? People paying me. So if you owe me $2,500 or $5,000, and I have my team that I'll have reach out to you after about a month. If I get tired and I think that you're just trying to pull a fast one on me, I'll put a background check on you. And as you know, Mike, I don't know if you know, but you can find out a lot of stuff with these simple background checks. I will call your grandmother looking for you. Okay, I will call I'll call your employer looking for you. You know, and then eventually there's this website, by the way, and I want you to know you have the ability to report on people's credit report, just like any other. It's called debt. What do you call it? Olddebts.com. You can even go through it right now. OLD debts. Yeah. OLDdebts.com. And I think it's like $45. Let me look at the pricing. And what as little as $19. But they have these different packages where they'll send out the letter, very professional, collection looking letter. We're going to report to the credit bureaus, you know, whatever, all that collection stuff. And they do report to the credit bureaus. So these people with good credit, they don't want that stuff on their credit report. If you understand what I'm saying, especially the people that are getting to the UBO program. These are people with pretty reasonable credit, you know, but they will report it on their credit report. They will, I've had somebody that I had to report, and until I reported on their file, then that's when they paid me. So that has happened before.
Wow. Interesting.
You know, that has happened before.
You gotta do what you gotta do. No, understood though. Yeah. Understood. That's a good process. You got a process for everything, basically.
And I do need to add that into the course, collections process. Yes, because especially with the. Go ahead.
No, I think the challenge that we're gonna have is trying to focus on everything at once, because I know that we're gonna have a lot of, and you can direct us. So, like, I know we're going to have a lot of people that aren't credit worthy for a lot of things. And I know, okay, obviously, yeah, you can look at assets and revenue. But sometimes these people don't have those things. So I know that there's going to be people that just need straight up credit consulting. Like, do you think that we should just, like, hand that off at the beginning and start looking for people that we can fund on these business lines and credit lines and all these different other products? Or should we, like, just go straight into that and start helping these people for a fee? Okay.
So now you're getting into the realm of you're asking for what my opinion is. You can do whatever the hell you want to do based on how your setup is. But my opinion is you need to, the focus on this is not to sell a particularly one product. You can put emphasis on one product, but to really look at it as you're selling business financing. You're a one-stop shop. You're a financial Walmart for whatever these people need. If you get somebody on the phone, this is where kind of my money hungry side comes out of it. If I get somebody on the phone and if I have a lead, I'm going to try to make some money out of them. It's either I sell them something, you know, I help them get some funding if they need funding, if that's the objective, the reason why they got me on the phone, or if they have bad credit, then I'm going to fix their credit. Or if they need to, you know, incorporate their business, if they're trying to build business credit, why the hell are we on the phone? Why did you schedule an appointment? There's somebody that scratched that itch as to what got us on the phone. So, number one, credit consulting. There's no way I would not offer credit consulting. Mike, we're talking about a bunch of fucking templates here. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So we're selling letter templates for $1,500. You know, $800 to $1,500. There is no science when it comes to credit repair. There really isn't. It's just selling letter templates. I have and I have all these templates for you, and I have them all sectioned off to round 1, round 2, round 3. You get in there, and there's like 10 letters for round 1. I don't care which one you use. Flip a coin. The credit bureaus don't even read the letters either. They have a big ass computer called eOscar that processes all this shit. So I would never absolutely give away credit from a profit margin standpoint. You will make more money off of UBL. You'll make a lot of money out of credit repair. You're going to make a shit ton of money out of merchant cash advance. These are going to be the products you're going to make money out of. And I say you're going to make money out of from a man-hour standpoint and how much you get out of it. Because of course you can make a lot of money out of a $50 million real estate deal. $50 million real estate deal is going to take you 3 to 4 months to get done. Yes, it's going to be a nice commission, but this is a lot of man hours. Credit repair, literally, especially for you, if I look at somebody for credit repair, I charge you $1,500. I send it to my assistant that's in the Philippines. It's probably going to take her, I'd say, from a man-hour standpoint, 3 or 4 hours. You know, she gets paid $10 an hour. You know, so it costs me roughly $50 at most. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You know, and the results are there. The results, if you use these templates, you do the 30-day updates, the results are there. You know, I just talked to somebody today. I get stuff people off credit. You will get, and then the thing is, the vision for this is a long-term relationship with your client. You have no idea how many credit repair clients that I have that they don't trust nobody but me. You understand what I'm saying? So hell no. You know, and I want you to know, I made a video today. You want to really look at it, and I talked about this video. I talk about the vision for Pennington Consulting Group, and the main focus is I'm tired of this business loan lenders being like hookers, meaning that it's just one time and then that's it. But if you think about it, any other type of industry where people are making their first biggest investment, there is always some type of relationship that is connected there. Let me give you an example. With even car sales, as silly as it is, you have somebody that are representing the seller's best interest, and they try to develop a long-term relationship. I don't know when the last time you bought your car, but my car guy still calls me up to today. You know, realtors, it's the same thing. With your realtor, what is it? They develop a long-term type of relationship. And again, I'm going through all the different major investments that we always make. A car is your first major investment. Your second major investment is your house. You have a realtor that's going to represent your best interest. You have a loan originator that represents your best interest. There's also a seller's agent that's going to represent the other person's best interest. What's the next biggest investment? Let's say investment, stocks and whatever the hell. You have a stockbroker. They have a fiduciary duty. Legally, they have to represent your best interest, right? Now think about it like this. The next major investment that usually most people make is they start their own business. The number one main reason what people have when it comes to getting started with their business is funding. Majority of businesses fail because of lack of funding. You understand what I'm saying? And the money is there. But there's this role here. There's nobody representing the business owner. You know, I've made a lot of videos about how these businesses are getting choked by merchant cash advances? It's because the system has been, people know merchant cash advances is a high profit margin product, and that's all the business loan industry is pushing. Merchant cash advance, and I'm sick of it. There's so many different other products out there. So when you say, do I really need to offer credit consulting? No, you need to look at it as you're building this long-term vision, developing long-term. I got people that I've been dealing with for over 12 years. I got a lady of mine, her name is Liberty. When somebody calls her, she doesn't make any financial decision until she talks to me first. You can call her and offer, hey, I want to write you a check for $1 million. I know, let me talk to Brian first. You know, so that's to me, at least, if you want to duplicate my system, that's the approach that has made me successful, is by me offering, well, whatever, you know, it goes back to the quote with Pennington. Our goal is to help you reach your goal. We know what we need to do, you know, and part of what I do as well is I'm a little bit of a coach. As you can see, I'm very pushy to help people make their decisions. So we got on the phone today, Mike, because you needed something. You wanted to start a business, you wanted to do this. Yes, you have shitty credit, but bad credit is not a permanent disease. Let's do something about it. Okay, yes, it's gonna cost you $1,500, but it didn't take yesterday to get you here. So let's fix it. Or, you know, what are you gonna do next year? You're gonna be in the same predicament? Like, come on. It's a very easy sell as well. You know, because it's so that's what I would, and it's last point. And I'll let you move on. I'll let you move on to the next question.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and it's going back to my.
You gotta create that relationship. You want the long-term relationship. You don't want just the quick money. You know, what you can build.
What business owner has only borrowed money one time? If you think about what I'm saying, you know, they constantly need money.
Yeah, they're smart.
You know, they constantly need money. So you develop, and where do they really go? They usually go online. They go to Google. They fill out some type of lead form, and they get 1 million calls from dumbass people. That's how it's set up right now. You know?
Yeah, I know.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But we can change that, and that's
every day.
That's the whole point of this. Because if you think about it, how did industries like the realtor industry start, or the loan origination industry start, where you have these people that are looking for this specific people's best interest? Why? How did the stockbroker thing work? Now it's kind of dead because you don't really need a stockbroker. But before, you know, these rich guys, you know, they had to have a stockbroker because, you know, people were trading stock on pieces of paper. Now you can just get on Robinhood. You know, Robinhood is your stockbroker. But I think, you know, in my opinion, small business owners need somebody that can really understand the different products out there. There's not going to be shoving a specific product down their throat because they're trying to make a commission.
Hey Brian, yeah. I think Mike is having internet connection.
What are your thoughts on the training? Because you took the training as well, right?
Yes, I did. Well, basically, you know, at first I got overwhelmed. As soon as we go deeper and deeper on each of the video, it's really informative. It's well explained. So that's what I like most about all of the videos.
Now, cool. And I want you guys to know, especially with your first few clients, I definitely don't want you to go through it by yourself. I want to walk you through it. You know, when you do your first evaluation, send it over to me. I'll look at it. When you come up with your projections and kind of walking you through it, I'll walk you through your first one. So that's not going to be a challenge at all. You'll see it. It's just like I say, it's just like learning how to drive a car. You know, you get nervous the first time. And then after you do it a few times, now you want to ride with one finger, you know. And Mike, as I was telling Byron, I definitely want to walk you through your first UBL deal, of course. You know, everything else, you let me know if you need some help. Everything else should be simple. But your first UBL deal, from the evaluation to the projections and everything, I'll handhold you through the whole process. And once you do it the first time, you'll be able to, you know, to kind of just get it.
Sure, we can definitely do that. That'd be great. Yeah, that would be awesome. We'd definitely reach out to you on that. But I wanted to just like go back to the credit thing really quick.
Okay.
We have just like a bunch of leads, right? Probably hundreds of leads that we've just denied just because of credit. We could probably go back to all those people and offer them credit repair consulting program, like, you know, and that could be an easy way to start, you know, profiting and making money. You know what I mean?
I would do that ASAP.
Yeah.
I would do that ASAP. What
Got it.
let's talk CRM. But yeah, I would absolutely do that ASAP. And I like the fact that you said credit consulting. You do know why I call it consulting, not repair, right?
Yeah, because you wanna like not only repair them, you wanna like help them, put them in a good position. Yeah.
It's intentional.
Get them funding and stuff.
It's intentional credit repair. It's not just credit repair. The goal is not just remove the negative items. The goal is position them for funding. That's one aspect of it. There's another legal aspect to it that I need you to know. The Credit Repair Organizational Act does not allow you to charge for credit repair in advance. I want you to know. So we don't do credit repair. We do credit consulting. They pay us for credit consulting as they're working to fix their credit, legally speaking. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So it's not credit repair, it's credit consulting. But yeah, I would reach out to them. Let's talk software wise. What are you using right now for marketing or CRM?
Well, we use SalesMate. That's what because I have another business and we've been using that for years.
Okay.
So we usually just use SalesMate. But I know Module 2, we were supposed to schedule this call and start to get the CRM going, I guess, right?
Correct.
That's the first.
So my first question, what name of the company, do you have a domain? Because whatever email we use to set up the CRM is going to be the owner of that account. And, you know, so I don't know if you can change that. But do you have a name of this business? What you're going to call it? Do you have a website? Do we need
we got stuff made from the better, what is it? The business lending bullshit. No, I'm just kidding.
You got that name right.
We got that. No, I'm just joking. So yeah, we have a website called Cornell Consulting now. But it's kind of like very basic. So
it's online, right?
And and then we have a G Suite, and
do me a favor.
Email too as well.
Drop the domain on chat. I can't find it. I'm trying to find you.
Yeah, sure.
Cause yeah, we got to set up your CRM. We need to connect your CRM to your website. You got to get Ring Central, because Ring Central is what I use to do those compliance calls. You're okay with your website? Because your package does include website, so we can build you one. We can make any adjustments you want on your current website. It's completely up to you.
I'd much rather have a better website.
Okay.
It's kind of basic, and that's just kind of like what we paid for, sort of thing.
Okay.
But if you have something better, we were going to do that anyways. We were going to make a new website. We just said, okay, we're just going to use this for now.
I got you.
But if you have something better, yeah, we'd love to.
I'm gonna get my web people on it ASAP. I'll review this, and but yeah, this looks good. So, what email address do you want your CRM set up under?
Did we just put it under the G Suite one, like the actual G Suite? Because I mean, so I guess the question is, how important is the website? How important is the actual email?
It's important.
Are they gonna see like whatever email that we give you? Is that the one that they're gonna see on the actual CRM when it sends out emails, right? Yes,
correct. So as you're interacting with your clients and all of that, that's the email that you're going to be using, because you've seen how Infusionsoft, it keeps everything within that one database, email exchanges and everything.
So I guess we have to look that one over, because guys, if you guys can comment on this, like what email are we using for SalesMate, and then are we using the G Suite email or the SalesMate, or is it free?
We're using the G Suite email.
Okay.
So we're sending emails, Mike. Yeah.
What I would recommend.
We're sending emails with SalesMate right now, because we made our own campaign. Actually, we have a six touch email campaign that we do.
Okay.
That we have as well. Yeah.
This is my suggestion to you, Mike. Is I have my lady, my assistant, the one that pretty much does all my evals and does everything. Her email is funding@penningtonconsultinggroup.com. I would just do like a, you know, funding or support at cornellconsulting.com or whatever it is. And to add on to that, every one of you will have your own login to Infusionsoft. So Mike, you'll be able to log in, you know, with one email. So actually, specifically this email that I'm talking about right now, so we're clear, this is going to be the account owner of this Infusionsoft system that we're building. Who is going to be the owner of it? That's who this email is going to be. And then all these other emails we can add on, you know, all these we can add on as users. You follow me?
Yeah, you can just take my email for now. Can we change? Just take my email just for purposes, just to start the process here. I'm gonna just shoot you my email.
And this is the email that you're gonna get your welcome email to set up your Infusionsoft account, which you're gonna get by tomorrow. Yeah, I had forgotten.
When are you gonna come to the Philippines, my friend?
I'll be there next year. My team was just asking me. I'll be there next year for sure. I'm thinking maybe like the summertime, but I will let you know for ahead of time, because of course we're gonna be working together. So I'll let you know ahead of time. But I'm thinking next year. Is it cold over there right now? What's the weather over there right now?
It's always hot. There's like, guys, you guys should comment too. I know there's like one part that we're actually, me and my girl, we're gonna go visit in the coming weeks. There's one part where it's kind of in Manila. There's it's pretty cold, like it's mountainy and it's kind of cold, Bagua or something like that. But from my experience, most of Philippines is pretty hot.
Tomorrow you're gonna get an email, so you can set up your Infusionsoft. It's gonna be sent to your email, mike.cornell90@gmail.com. Yes. Once you set it up, I'm going to need you to send me your login credentials, because I'm going to need to build it out. As you saw, our system is built out, and I'll plug in all the templates, the follow-up templates, the email templates, and the note templates, and pretty much everything you need on there. I'll also send you an email for you to go ahead and get Ring Central set up. We'll work on the design for the website. My lady usually takes about a week, so I expect by this time next week, I should be able to some kind of design for you to look at on the website. Including copy. We'll handle the copy for you as well. I'll do a logo design before the end of the week. I'll send you a few different logos you can look at. We'll do a DMB registry. I'll send you some information about getting a bank account set up. And then also I'll send you a link on how you can get your merchant account set up.
So guys, I wanted to just pause really quick. Guys, do you guys have any questions for Mr. Brian?
Yeah. Hi, Brian.
Hello.
Daisy here. Hi. Yeah, so I just have a question, because we're actually incorporating in our initial call with the client. If they agreed or if they are interested to get the funding, we are going to ask documents, right, from them. So what do you think is the best approach if the prospect does not want to provide the documents, like, you know, the credit report or bank statements at the onset of the call?
Okay. Great question. Now, when you say documents, of course, you're referring to, you know, initially credit report. Everybody must provide a credit report, because that's the first initial standing. The best way I could let me ask, have I had issues collecting credit report? I can honestly say that I've never had anybody ever had any issue if somebody provide me their credit report. I've had issues with people giving me their login credentials, like, hey, I don't want to give you your login credentials, but I'll send you the credit report. But I've never had any issues with somebody send me a copy of their credit report. Now, what I would say in order to make sure that doesn't happen is people do business with people they know and trust. If you've listened, and I'll add a lot of initial calls, that initial call, there's an art to that initial call. It's so, I don't want you to be robotic. That's why I don't offer scripts. I just need you to get it. I need you to understand these concepts of the 3 paths of lending. You know, and when I get on a call with you, Daisy, and I say, hey, you know, you reaching out to me, you have a restaurant, you need $25,000. You heard about me online or Google or some ad or whatever it is. You know, and the approach I'm going to take, hey, Daisy, my name is Brian. We help people get funding. You know, I will tell you that there's 3 ways on how you can get funded, either based on your credit, your income, or your assets. And our job here today is to figure out which one of these paths we're going to use to help you reach your goal. Do you understand? You know, and I usually ask the client the question, and you get an acknowledgement with them, and you're walking them through this path. So next, as you see when I handle the initial call, how did you hear about us? How much money are you looking for? You know, what is your credit? And of course, be natural, and if any questions come up in between all of this, and it ends with, in order for us to determine what you can qualify for, we need to pull a recent copy of your credit report. Do you have a recent copy of your credit report, or we're going to need to pull a copy, Daisy? I want you to see what I'm saying, okay? There's this, I learned this in sales, by the way. Usually the best way to ask a sale, I don't know if you ever taught this, Mike, but there's this guy that, Tom Hopkins, I even have him on the training. I need to use his stuff before I get in trouble for copywriting. But he taught me that, you know, you simply end it with, which card do you want to use? Visa, MasterCard, or American Express? You know, so it's just simple as that. So as I'm getting to that point, I've already let you know, Daisy, that I'm going to need your credit report in order to determine how much you're going to qualify for. Do you have a recent copy, or we're going to need to pull it? And I'll let you answer that question. You're either going to choose one of the options that I gave you. Yes, I have a recent copy. Oh yeah, we're going to need to pull that credit report. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and pull it. You know, or hey, do you have a recent copy? Go ahead and email it to me. You know, do you have it there with you? Can you email it to? I hate waiting. Can you email it to me right now? I want to make sure I get it before I let you out, get you off the phone. You know, I create a sense of urgency. You know, if they can't email, oh, I'm at work, I can't email it right now. Can you email it to me before the end of the day? You know, what time are you getting off of work? You know, I'll follow you tomorrow by 8 o'clock if I don't get it from you. I don't chase after leads. You know, and what I did, if I present that initial call correctly, it's very informational, but it also develops a lot of trust from the client. There's a lot of transparency in what we do. So it's just, you know, you need money, Daisy. I mean, what the hell are we here? We here just to talk about, you know, to fidget with our fingers. You just told me you need money. You filled out an inquiry. So there's psychologically speaking, there's so much going in that call that people don't really understand. And if you just present yourself correctly, you're not going to have any issues getting anything from these clients. They'll tell you everything. You know, so, but yeah, you just need to, there's that, get rid of the nervousness, speak like you know what the hell you're talking about, and people will do whatever the hell they want you to do. Just and I've used this analogy so many different times, was that when I do my training, you are the funding doctor. Who here questions whatever their doctor tells them? When your doctor tells you to do something, you just do it. You know? So your doctor's never given you a prescription and you're like, doc, are you sure about that? No. You just do it because it's the doctor that told you to do it. So Daisy, you called me because you need $25,000 for your restaurant because, you know, you need to pay payroll. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do to relieve that stress. And one of those things is I need you to send me a copy of your credit report. And I'll help you get it if you don't have one. You know, but help me help you. But hopefully that answered your question.
So, yeah. So basically, to recap, is you gotta build the trust, like he's saying. Just build trust and go through the different questions of like, hey, what, you know, how did your business start? Tell me the story of your business, and get them to kind of open up, and you start building trust with them and get some chemistry with them on the different questions and stuff like that. And then what he's saying is at the end, like, when you ask for the credit report, you're not, like, you're asking, like, can you give me the credit report now, or do you need me to help you get it? It's like you're, like, he's, like, almost, like, assuming.
Yes.
You're not asking, like, hey, can you just send me your credit report later, or something like that? No, you're saying, you need help with your credit report. I can get it right now for you if you want, or you know. So it's almost like he's kind of like getting you to the next step, and there's no option to say
no.
I mean, there's an option to say no, obviously, but there's, you know, you're getting to the next step. You're guiding the client with the documentation, is what he's saying.
Correct. Yeah. We've started the journey, and we're at the juncture that the next step is for us to pull that credit report. I've established rapport. I know about your concerns. I know about your funding needs. Now let's look at this credit report so we can determine if we can help you or not. You know, and unless you have somebody that is loose in the brain, that's the next logical step, is to pull that credit report. And 99.9% of the time, they will send you that credit report. They understand the process. You know, and they even understand the process now more than ever, because it used to be before that people used to think that, okay, why don't you pull it? I thought you were a bank. But people know that we're not banks. You know, And I did show you how you can utilize Hide My Ass to just pull their credit report. You know, you don't have to have them pull it. I used to plenty of times, and I would challenge you and suggest that you do that. If you're talking to somebody that is pretty tech savvy, then just, hey, Mike, let me send you this link right here. It's from Identity IQ. Click it real quick. You see that? It's going to cost you $1. Do it right now. Go ahead and pull that credit report while I got you on the phone. Send me those logins. Do you see how I'm not being forceful, but I am? You understand what I'm saying, Daisy?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I'm absolutely not being forceful, but I am. Mike is. You schedule a call with me. You say you need that 50 grand, right? Okay, cool. You in front of your computer? And I'm quiet. You see what I just? Are you in front of your computer? Boom. Okay, cool. Let's get this down right now. What do you got to do for the rest of the day? Let me send you this link. Pull me this credit report. You know, you see. So, but it's very natural. You know, and I go back to the initial call that you have. If you're nervous, the sales calls are like you ever heard that concept? If you don't need to be nervous around the dog. If you're nervous, he's gonna get the dog more scared. You just need to come down. So it's all about the beginning of the call. Come in, break the ice, let the client talk. The questions are right there for you in the initial call. How did you hear about us? How much money are you looking for? How long have you been in business? Tell me about your business. What are your goals for next year? Boom. They're open. Now give me that damn credit report.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. The questions really set that up too, because you start to really get to know them truly.
And I want you to know these are not manipulative. They're not manipulative questions that are just nonsense. They all pertain to the 3 paths. They all are relevant to the 3 paths.
Right.
You know.
Of course.
So and you will get to that point where you will know. I can talk to you within about a minute. I can tell you if you're a UBL client or you're going to be a waste of time. If you're honest with me with your questions, I can know. I got a really funny question that you guys are going to know since you've taken the training. I'll ask you, what is your highest limit credit card? And by me asking you that question, if you're taking that training, you know how important these limits are, the high past balances. If you tell me that you're looking for $50,000 and I ask you a question, what's your highest limit credit card? You tell me my highest limit credit card, it's like $500. Dude, you're not going to get 50. We're out of there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just by me asking that, there's no reason to even waste time to do an evaluation. If your highest limit credit card is 300, I don't care if you have an 800 credit score. You're not going to get 50 grand. Let's talk about other options as far as getting you there. You know, so they're very important questions. There's a mix of psychology here a little bit, and you're gonna get it. I know all of this is kind of overwhelming, but as soon as you do it a couple of times and understand the objective, it will just kind of flow, and there will never be an issue with you following up on credit reports. I literally don't even do it. I have a rule that I follow up 3 times. After 3 times, I don't follow up. There's too many people that need money.
Right. Exactly. I like that. Cool. Good. Daisy, anything?
Yeah. Hey, boss. Hey, Brian. I actually have one question in regard to commitment fee. How much do we set for a commitment fee? Will it be like, you know, we set up like specific or, you know, a default amount for that, or will it be based on the amount, the funded amount of a certain loan?
It's up to you. When I started doing this, I never had a commitment fee. Let's talk about the reason behind the commitment fee. The commitment fee literally is what it is don't fucking waste my time fee. That's what that is. And it's just because you don't know how many people that you will start working on, oh, I don't need it anymore. When people spend money, they're committed. You know? So this is the type of industry. So there's a lot going on. And I know I keep coming back to psychology. I charge the commitment fee because I don't want you to waste my time. I charge the commitment fee because I don't want you to waste your time and be shopping around. If I get you to pay me this commitment fee, you're not going to be dealing with this other guy that you were talking to because you already paid me $500. And then also, this commitment fee is so you don't win the lottery tomorrow and then change your mind. And this commitment fee also is, so there's a lot going on with this commitment fee. It's an additional revenue source as well, you know, for you. The amount that you charge is based on what you're comfortable with. I started with, I think, $149. I moved into $299. Then I was like, I want $500. Okay, so $495. So it depends on what you're comfortable with. But again, and this is the thing that we are not going to be those people that charge a commitment fee and then deliver. The promise must be, if you don't get the minimum, you give them that money back. I've only had to give one person their money back. So, and that, it's not always about us protecting us. Let's protect the client as well. And that makes them feel, you know, special, because you don't want to be that company. There's a lot of them out there that's just scamming companies, just collecting, you know, application fees, you know, and not really delivering on the promise. Right. So charge whatever you want. I would say charge something. Charge at least $100. You can put on there $99. You know, if you want me to get you 50 grand and you don't have 99 bucks, I don't have a time for this conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but it's just to make sure that they're serious. And it, go ahead, Mike.
Basically, with the commitment fee, you're going to take that up front, but that's based on after you do the initial call and figure out what pathway they can consider.
That's after you do the funding review. We have an initial call.
Yeah.
We have an initial call. After the initial call, we assess the documents. We do the evaluation. After the evaluation, we do a funding review. Then after funding review, do a funding review call. We go over everything with the client. And then send agreements.
All right, cool. So that makes sense. So basically what's happening is after the funding review, and we're getting all the information, we have a pretty good rough estimate idea of what we can offer them. And from there, we can tack on like a commitment fee, as you would call it, right? Mm-hmm. Just depending on what we want to offer them. Because it changes, because like you said, there's a commitment fee for the UBL, and then there's a 10% fee as well.
Correct.
And probably on what the merchant cash advances or term loans or all the different, like on those situations, what are you doing there with commit? Like I think you said what, 350 right now? You're 500. With 500 regardless of whatever.
No, excellent question. I do 495, 500 for unsecured business line, and this is going to be reflected on the agreement templates that I prepare for you. Unsecured business lines, unsecured personal lines, and unsecured personal loans is $495 commitment fee. For my real estate stuff, I'll charge from $1,500. I've even charged $5,000 for real estate stuff. Why? Real estate is very time intensive. I gotta look at a bunch of shit with real estate for me to, you know, and if I don't get the deal closed, you're gonna get 100% of your money back. And I keep coming back to that because I don't want you guys to be just making money off commitment fees. But with the merchant cash advances, factoring, purchase order financing, account receivable, revenue term loans, I do not charge a commitment fee. I don't charge anything. I don't charge anything. And again, I try to focus on the type of client that I'm dealing with. If you understand the type of client a merchant cash advance client is, merchant cash advance is a payday loan of the business industry. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Wait, say that again. I think you kind of went out there a little bit for me. Okay.
So I was stating that I do not charge the commitment fee with merchant cash advances and a majority of the revenue-based products. I'll break it down like this. The commitment fee is charged on credit-based products and it's charged on asset-based products. I do not charge it on any of the revenue-based products because majority of the revenue-based products is just not necessary. And
got it.
You know, with merchant cash advance, these people, those are the people that I can tell you they probably don't have $100. Because merchant cash advance, and the comment that I made before you went out, merchant cash advance is the payday loan of the business industry. You know what a payday loan is, right?
That's funny.
You know, but it is, if you understand what I'm saying. And, you know, think about you trying to charge somebody trying to get a payday loan of $50 commitment fee. They don't have that. You see what I'm saying? So with merchant cash advances, no. And the profit margins are too huge, you know, and at the same time, the manpower with merchant cash advance is very small. There's not a lot of manpower.
I think it's going out.
Yeah, we lost Mike. Hey, Mike?
Yeah, my internet's going in and out here at the hotel, y'all.
No problem.
You guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you now.
All right, cool.
Anything else?
I guess from now to here on. Oh, I just had one question about the merchant cash advances and the revenue stuff. Because my thought process is like, because I remember when I got the merchant cash advance, I don't think I had way more than $100 in my pocket. Like, because I got 4 of them.
Were you a merchant cash advance client, or did somebody just sell you a merchant? No, what I'm saying is, could you qualify for other products? Or did somebody just sell you a merchant cash advance because that's all they were offering?
Yeah, I probably could have got something else. I don't even know, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the cash advances helped me. I knew my numbers, and I was, we were able to like pretty much 4x in that year.
Okay.
And so my question is basically, I'm coming back to a question here. So basically, I was like I had like the temptation of talking to other people, because I had all these people calling me like, hey, I think I could get you this. I think I can get you that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah.
So wouldn't the commitment fee on that kind of thing, wouldn't that be very crucial?
You can't, and the thing, keep in mind that the way I've executed this so far has just been what my thoughts and my experience. So if you feel the need that, let me throw in the commitment fee for merchant cash advance apps, it doesn't really, it's not going to mess up anything. I haven't, but it doesn't matter. How's that going to affect your process? I look at it as this. Are you going to have them fill out an agreement, and is that agreement going to have that $100 commitment fee? Are you going to be sending that agreement to the merchant cash advance lenders? How are they going to look at it, you collecting $100 or $500? You see, there's all these other things that come into play. Because the UBL agreement, that nobody's going to see that other than me. The real estate agreement is very standard for a loan originator to charge a fee. Application fee, admin fee. The lenders even allow it. It's not very common for somebody to charge a fee for merchant cash advance. Not saying that people don't, not saying that it's illegal. You can absolutely do it, but it's just not common. And then also, I'm glad that you came back to what you said. You were selling offers. There is a shit ton of merchant cash advance reps out there. You agree with me?
Yeah, so many.
How the hell how are you gonna stand out? You come out here starting to charge a fee. Why would a client deal with you when they got 10 other people offering them money over here and they're not charging them a fee?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So there's that aspect to it.
For sure.
I forgot that you came from BLB. What is the differences from learning this and learning what you learned from business lending? I mean,
That's so much different. This is like BLB is like elementary school. This is like college. Getting like a real education on this stuff is like, it's so much information, but it's like necessary to learn it, and it's good information. It's definitely the next level. And the first time we talked, I remember talking to you about it, but I would talk to some of these people that the lenders that BLB suggested, mm-hmm. and I'd be like, well, how do you do this, and how do you say this? And, I'd be asking them like technical questions, and they'd be like, listen, I'm not trying to, one lady, and I forgot who it was, but she was like, I'm not training you to be a rep. We're just being referral partners here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just give me names and numbers and set me up on the call.
Be a glorified referral partner.
Yeah, I was like, damn, but I'm gonna be on the front line. We're all on the front lines here, and you don't want to give me this information. It seems just kind of funky to me.
Yeah.
So.
I got you. That's a good analogy. What is it? Elementary school and college.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's definitely a different level. It's like.
I'm good.
You cut out. Yeah. So.
I'm good.
Yeah,
all right.
Anyways, yeah.
I gotta get ready for dinner here. I know you gotta get your day started, Mike. Let me go ahead and get back to work on what we're gonna be working on over here. Absolutely always available for a one-on-one like this. I think it's gonna be definitely necessary as you guys get started. There's gonna be a lot of questions that pop up. Everybody, please don't feel like you're bothering me. I'm always available on email, especially you guys. As I told you, my first few clients, you guys, my success is tied to you guys. So I gotta make sure you guys are up there and running. I am so honored to have somebody like you that already has a team and everything in place, because especially with the type of stuff that we're talking about, I do mention on there that you are going to need a team, and I will help you get the team, and I was going to get them from the Philippines, but you're already, ahead of me with everything that you're doing. So this is going to be easy. All this information, let it bounce around your head, but once we start executing, you guys are gonna get this like the back of your head. It's gonna be like nothing. You're gonna be getting $50,000, $100,000 approvals every day. It's gonna be crazy.
Nice, beautiful.
All right, and lastly, absolutely. Lastly, I don't mean. I launched, as you know, we have Broker Solutions Academy agency training. That's what you're taking right now. I launched Broker Solutions Academy agent training because I had a lot of people that were really interested in doing this, but they don't want to do the whole full shebang. They don't want to run their own agency, so they just want to send me business. So I was like, idea came into my head. So how can I really truly guarantee the people that buy into my agency? Because you can learn all of this shit, but unless you have the leads, you're not gonna be able to make this money back. And my goal is for you to make your money back within 60 to 90 days. So now I have this agent training that I'm gonna have all these people. I basically made the BLB product, but better, where they can learn and actually become a referral partner. So what we're gonna do is the surplus referral business that they sent to me, I'm gonna be feeding all my agents like you guys. So I want you to know, I just wanna throw that out there, that there is gonna be, I'd say, in probably like 2 or 3 months, I should be able to probably give you a good amount of leads, hot leads, not no bullshit where you have to chase around. Hot leads that are coming in with the trust of Pennington that I'm gonna be feeding to you guys. So that's also coming.
Nice. Yeah, that's brilliant. All right, awesome. Sounds good, man.
Thank you so much for your time. You guys have a good one.
See you guys.
Right.
See you. Thanks,
Bye.
Brian.
No problem. Thank you.